Welcome to the SAMS testimonies and our testimony stories, and a very special welcome to Hannah. Thank you for being here, Hannah. And would you please tell us a wee bit about who you are and where you're from?
Yeah, certainly. My name's Hannah and I'm from Portadown, and I'm a teacher of French and Spanish in a school in Belfast. So from a young age I was interested in languages, and I was raised in a Christian home. So having that influence at home was such a privilege growing up, because it meant that I became a Christian at a young age of 7, and my dad led me to the Lord and to making that prayer, which was really special. And my faith's always been very important to me. When it came to deciding what to do as a career, I knew I liked languages, and in particular French and Spanish, so I decided to study these at St Andrews. And as part of that, I had a year abroad in France, but I really felt that God was calling me to use my languages to serve Him. And I'd heard about SAMS through my family and through church. And I heard that there was a trip coming up with Mullavilly. They were planning on going out to Paraguay. So this is something that I inquired about, and I had a meeting with Gillian from SAMS, and she took me through all the different opportunities. And I decided that summer, after my time in France, that I'd love to go to South America, and in particular Paraguay, just to spend some time to put my languages into practice, really. And it was such an amazing trip, and it's really encouraged me not only to use my languages that God's given me, but also just to be bold and to step out in faith. And God's really worked through me in that way, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity.
Thank you, Hannah. And you've said a bit about being out in Paraguay. Was there a particular incident or occasion that really stood out for you?
Yeah, so I spent the first 2 weeks in the capital in Asunción with the Irene family, and that was an amazing opportunity just to live with a family who were so involved in the community there. And I found it quite an interesting city to be in, because there was lots of, big signs and people in flashy cars and everything, but then if you turned the corner there was extreme poverty, and seeing that contrast was really interesting and challenging for me. And one thing that really stood out to me during our time there, we had the chance to go and visit some children who were very unwell and lived in a rehabilitation centre, and just being able to spend that time with them and to play some games with them. It was just so rewarding just to see the joy that they had, even though they were suffering in that way. And that really challenged me, it really humbled me. And it was amazing just to be able to communicate with them and spend some time with them. So that was an amazing opportunity to spend those 2 weeks with a team and with a family. And then I came across to spend 2 weeks with you, Claire, in Concepcion, and that was an incredible opportunity as well. I found the people in Paraguay so welcoming and so friendly, and they really just made me feel at home, as did you. And your lovely flat that you had, you were just so kind having me in, and that really helped me coming as an outsider into the country. It really made me feel at home, even though it was quite far from where I was from. And during that time there, I felt really challenged to use my Spanish more with the people that lived in Concepcion. And at the start this was quite daunting for me, because I hadn't spoken Spanish in about a year at this point, and it was very rusty. But it was amazing just to be able to build relationships, and people were so patient with me and understanding. And I had the opportunity to actually share a passage and share a bit of my testimony while I was there with some of the children. And again, that was a really humbling experience to be able to speak about my faith and to see, to show those people how God had been at work in my life. And I loved working with the children there as well, in the different children's centres that went on, and the clubs and everything. They were just so full of joy and so excited when we got to meet together. So it was just an amazing opportunity, and I could really see God at work there, and the relationships that have been formed over time.
Thank you. We just loved having you out in Paraguay, and yourself and others who came out. It's just been such an encouragement for the church in South America. It's lovely too that the family you mentioned at the beginning, the Irene family, that their daughter is now over in Ireland with SAMS for the next year and a half. So it's lovely, the connection. So thank you for sharing with us, Hannah, and thank you for being part of God's mission.
Thank you.